Pro wrestling has been my life ever since I was probably 8. The first time I saw it, I just knew that's what I wanted to do instantly. It captivated me. The larger-than-life personalities, the physicality, the athleticism, it just encapsulated everything I wanted to be. The first show I ever went to was a WWE live event. I think the main event was like Jeff Hardy, Triple H against like Umaga and Randy Orton. But the first Australian wrestling show I went to was a free show at Pipeworks, of all places. And it wasn't very good. So from that point, I kind of always had this idea in my head that to be a professional wrestler, I was going to have to go elsewhere. I was going to have to go overseas to train and wrestle. And that all changed after I saw a specific match at MCW. I remember it like it was yesterday. I think it was 2013. Adam Brooks versus Matt Silva, now Buddy Matthews. That was actually the match that made me realize how good Australian wrestling was. That was the match that made me realize I didn't have to go overseas. I wanted to be here in this scene because this wrestling was the best wrestling in the world. Breaking into wrestling, I head down to a shed in Sunshine. My dad dropped me off and it was a bit of a culture shock. I went into there, there was a sign on the wall that said, "Enter at your own risk." And from that point, I was taking bumps. I was thrown headfirst into a man's world and I was just a kid. When I started out in wrestling, I was thrown into the deep end. I was having matches every single weekend, wrestling in front of nobody, in paddocks in front of 5 people. But I was busting my ass. I had a goal. I knew MCW was where I wanted to be. MCW was a whole nother level. And I was working smaller shows trying to build up to that. One day I get a call. I'm wrestling that night. I get a call to head down to the Thornbury Theatre for a tryout at MCW. And this was the big break I was waiting for. And when I got there, it was a tryout for a tag team. And I met this kid, Nick Berry. And in our first match ever in that tryout, it was smooth as butter. We just clicked instantly, and it felt so natural. So Nick and I were just another tag team on the roster. We were the new kids on the block. We didn't really have an identity. We were kind of searching for that. And slowly but surely, pieces started falling together. We started building a bit of a relationship with Avery. And then Adam Brooks kind of took us under his wing a little bit. And that's when the Brat Pack was born. He really started forming us and molding us into an actual entity. Nick, me, Brooksy, were mates in real life outside of wrestling. So other than the initial formation of the Brat Pack, he's never told me why he kind of did that and helped me and Nick out. But I've learned through observing him over the years, and I knew that was the level I needed to be at. The night I won Ball and Brawl was insane. I was there that night to defend my tag team championships, and I ended the night with arguably the biggest opportunity in MCW, in the country.
Mitch Waterman! He got it himself! He got it himself! The winner of the 2021 Ballroom Brawls! Mitch Waterman!
I want this more than anything. Ever since I started in professional wrestling, this was my #1 dream match in this country. This was my goal all along. And it's happening on the biggest stage for the biggest prize in this entire country.
After tonight, after the wars I've been through, I realized it was all in my mind. Maybe I'm never going to be the next Adam Brooks, but I'm damn sure going to be the first Mitch Waterman, and I can beat you. So take that title and hold it tight, because at the next event, I'm putting my Ballroom Brawl contract up on the line and cashing in for a shot at the MCW World Championship.
Look, I like Mitch. Outside of this wrestling world, outside of MCW, Mitch is my boy. Now, over the past few months, Mitch he's put himself through so many walls, and he's really tested himself. And now he thinks that he's at my level to challenge for this. Mitch, I hate to break it to you, and dude, I do respect you, and you are my boy. But I don't think you're there yet.
I'm not ready. He said that. I heard him say that. We all heard him say that, yeah? It's funny. It's funny, right? The dude is overlooking me. Just like Matt Silva overlooked him. Will I hesitate? I don't think so, because I know what I'm fighting for. This is bigger than me. My journey is about everyone else. Everyone believing in me before I believed in me. So every time he's going to knock me down in this match, I'm going to get pulled off the canvas, and it's not going to be because of me, not because I'm Superman. It's because I can't let these people down who have believed in me since day one. Every single fan who's chanted Mitchie, my family who sacrificed so much for me to be in this spot, my friends, my loved ones. I've given blood for this, I've given sweat for this, and so has Brooksy. But the difference between me and him is he's already reached the mountain. I want that. If he loses this title, he can get it back, right? How many championships has he won in this business? Countless. For him, this is another defense. I think he's looking past me. For me, this is everything. Everything I've ever worked for, everything I've ever dreamed of. Not for me, for everybody else, so I can prove them right.